Executive Director at the Center for Research and Security Studies. He joins us also from Islamabad. So, Imtiaz, this allegation that the motion couldn't even happen because of foreign influence, is there even any evidence of this?
I think the entire crisis is rooted in a cable that our ambassador in Washington had sent to the government here on 7th of March, based on his meeting with the Assistant Secretary of State, according to officials, and a few other officials who were present there. And this was an official meeting. And surprisingly, to the shock of the majority of Pakistanis, in that very meeting, the American officials made the improvement of relations with Pakistan conditional upon the success of the impending no confidence motion against Imran Khan. And he said if that confidence, it was said that if that motion succeeds, then the United States could forgive the mistakes of Pakistan. So basically, this is it's not an international conspiracy, but this is something that came out of Washington. And this is a cable in which basically a regime change was being encouraged. And so, ironically, the motion of no confidence was tabled or presented in the National Assembly on the 8th of March. So what a sheer coincidence. And that's why the government has invoked basically the Article 5A, which requires every citizen of the country, every institution of the country to be loyal to the state. And because the National Security Council, comprising the Prime Minister, comprising all the armed forces chiefs, endorsed the government position that it was a conspiracy to get rid of the Prime Minister Imran Khan, and hence the government basically resorted to certain constitutional provisions and invoked them, as did Prime Minister today by simply asking his team to move for the rejection of the no confidence motion, and then he eventually advised the president to dissolve the National Assembly.
All right, but I think it could be viewed by some as a stretch that a statement involving foreign relations would be some kind of conspiracy within Pakistan to change the government. Sounds like this is a matter for the court, but the opposition is saying that blocking this no confidence vote itself is unconstitutional. They even cite under which parts of the Constitution it is wrong. Don't you see that that is a possibility?
Well, I think we are heading into a constitutional crisis. Obviously, the opposition and the government, the ruling party, have their own interpretations. But if going by the contents of the cable from Washington and going by the endorsement that the government position got in the National Security Committee on the very issue, I think it will be very difficult for the courts as well to think otherwise, because the government's case is that this cable from Washington basically triggered that led to the no confidence motion, and hence the no confidence motion is directly linked to a conspiracy by the United States, the Prime Minister said in his interviews yesterday.
All right, a lot of political wrangling going on today, and clearly more to come. Imtiaz Gul, good to have you. Thank you.